Hi, welcome to Leap Taken. This is Mika here at Leap Taken. I talk about all things witchy, craft related, law of attraction, manifesting, esoteric, and everything else in between. And today is my witchy review, and here is the book, The Modern Witch's Guide to Magical Self Care. It's written by Tanae Stewart. I have been following her for some time now, for some years. I want to say since before I really kind of got heavy into even posting videos on this channel. That's how long I've been following her. And I've always gotten great value on her website. It's the Witches of Lupine. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. That's what it is. But anyway, you can. I'll have links at the in the description on everything. But so I was very excited to purchase this book. I was super excited to purchase this book because I'm a fan of hers, of her work, and um, loads of inspiration. She's provided for me over some time now. I love the worksheets that you could print out, her free printables, which is great for various things, and even the things I've paid for. I think it was like a tarot journal type thing. This was a while ago. I paid for that, so I'm saying all this because please know I was I came into getting this book with like a lot of excitement. So I read the book. And my take, okay, so if someone who's just trying to get a better understanding of the concept of self care, perfect. Adding the concept of a modern witch and how, merging that together, yes, I can see how you can use this book for that purpose. Outside of that, because I am someone who, I guess because I've been using, I don't know, she didn't tell me anything I didn't already know. So I don't have a problem with the book for suggesting it for others. But for myself, I kind of feel like it's been information that's readily available and it's just in a book. It's about 200 pages. You can read it in a day, depending on how fast you read. Humble brag. But anyway, yeah, I really just feel like it was a book where it was like a lot of information that I already know, and it kind of dragged on, which made it impossible to read. Now, I can read a book in a day. That's not uncommon for me, or 2 days if I've got a life, stuff going on. So it took me more than a week to finish this book, which is very unusual for me. I don't take that long to finish a book. And it's written, the print isn't too small or anything like that. It's just that I found it um, like kind of just taking simple concepts and going on and on about it to the point that it was losing me. So I would kind of just stop, come back to it, stop, come back to it. So just like I said, it took me a while. And I just want to be honest. It's not a reflection on the content of the book. It could just be me right now. So, but I want to give an honest review. Um, I I think it's something you could add to your collection, your witchy collection. I think you could find value in the book. There's two things I did find that stood out. She goes into an extensive conversation on your birth chart and astrology, and it would be linked to your self care. That was interesting, and that held me the longest. I finished that whole section through and through. And she even gives a link on her website where you can get your birth chart. So that's pretty cool. Um, that was really it. And I think, oh, and there was a spread, a tarot spread for getting in touch with your intuition, and then another one for a spread for learning to trust your intuition. So I'm really big on that. So those were the things that really stood out to me. Everything else is basically concept things I already do, I already follow. So, but like I said, if you're trying to get, I guess, a little bit more in tune with this yourself, and that is, magical self care, self care for the modern witch. If you're working on that, then this is a great guide because she gives you step by step instructions on how to create a ritual, a self care ritual for yourself. and then attune it to the morning to the evening, and taking a step further from there, astrologically speaking, even I think there was something on lunar phases, I believe so, but she just kind of expands on that a little bit more, and it's written in a very in a way where she's not using jargon you're probably not familiar with or anything like that. It's easy to approach reading. The book is very simple to go through. She says 36 sustainable rituals for nourishing your mind, body, and intuition. Some of the rituals in here I thought were actually helpful. Like I said, a lot of things I already do myself, so there's that part. But that's pretty much it. But I kind of wanted to go a little bit into a conversation about self care. This is the time of year I think it's super important to practice self care. I think it's super important to take time for yourself. We're already in a situation where most of us can't go out and about like we would prefer or be gathered like we would maybe like right now because of the coronavirus. So you're kind of stuck in the house probably more often than not, right? You're stuck, and for some of us, more alone time. Some of us are probably surrounded by a lot of people, so you wish you had more downtime by yourself, and that's cool too. But regardless of your situation, you're most likely in your home. Take this opportunity to try to do things that you would consider self care. Now, I'm going to tell you, for those who are really busy and they have a lot going on, it might just be lighting a candle, watch, and she even talks about this in the book a little bit. You might not be able to do a long drawn out ritual or even a 5 minute ritual. You might have about a minute that you would like to get some sort of sense of peace and you would like to practice something. So a minute or two. So it might for you just be lighting a candle, watching that flame, and just being mesmerized by the flame for a minute or so. Later, maybe journaling about it. She advocates a lot of journaling. That's something we have in common. Like I said, I've been following the author, so I'm familiar with her work, I guess. So from her page, and I know she offers courses and things like that. She's also someone who calls herself a cottage witch. So definitely, I dig her. I really like her, and I believe she has a YouTube channel. I don't know if she actively posts or anything, but so I enjoy the author. But I felt like the book for me just didn't. It was already everything I already know. It was I don't know. It's and like I said, it was hard for me to finish because I was like going over sections that I already knew. But anyway, I'm getting ready to go back into that whole review I already told you. Ultimately, though, what you want to do is take opportunities to just find some time to replenish yourself, to nurture yourself, and however that's going to be. You might laugh, but I'm saying dance, these latest TikTok dances, hey, that could be a good time for you to just do something for yourself, get your body moving. And we all know the good, happy chemicals that are released when we move. Get a good sweat worked up. That's a positive thing. That's something you should maybe try to work in maybe more than a minute or two out of your day. I know I'm working on that myself. Also, what you're eating right now. Comfort foods are great, but just be mindful if the comfort foods that you're eating are causing discomfort after the fact, like during the digestive process, maybe we want to avoid those foods. If you know that you have some lactose issues, maybe not indulging your macaroni and cheese. That is considered a comfort food, but maybe it's not the most comforting food for you. So be smart about it. I don't think anybody has to tell anybody, what that means. Basically, find healthier options that are healthy for your body, for you to digest, but also that taste good and that make you happy when you eat it. That's okay to enjoy food. Food can, is sustenance, but it can also be pleasurable. Take opportunities to just be more quiet, be more reflective. These are all acts of self care. It's when we talk about meditating and being quiet and reflective, it's not to think of all the things that are wrong and what you need to fix. That's very easy to do. It's something I have to watch out for because I'll go into and then I'll make a mental to do list of all the things I need to fix. That's not what it's about. A lot of times, the best thing you can do is just empty as much as you can. Just kind of empty your thoughts, Weird things pop up, things you have to do, just weird things. You wonder where you left something from 2 years ago when you're being quiet. Let the thought pass and move. Don't linger on it. It popped up, let it out. Sometimes what I'll even do is I'll just do like this, like I'm clearing it out my head. I'll physically do that action when I'm meditating to just kind of release it. But this simple act of self care, of even moderating my thoughts and trying to find a sense of peace, um, and just allow messaging to come through, or just be and take a break from thinking and overthinking and being stimulated, is so effective. And I think, if you can do this a few times out the day, that's great. I mean, you can do this all the time, but again, in the winter season, at this time of year, it's really good to do that. Add other pieces, candle, maybe some tea, or a wine if you prefer. Not too much. Get it. Do this with that first glass, not two or three later, in the beginning. But the point is, just learning to release your thoughts, learning to just sort of center and then just let it be. Just be your mind for a moment. Just be in a state where you're not running to-do lists or thinking what else is going on or being mindful too much of what's going on around you. You're kind of just there. If you hear certain things, that's okay. If you feel something, that's okay. But overall, you just want to kind of keep this floaty like existence. So technical. But anyway, just one of my ways that I practice self care, um, I find super helpful. So, just a couple suggestions. And my final thoughts on the concept of magical self care, I have another video where I talk about using tarot for self care. Now that book was super helpful. Actually, that's a really good book. I would recommend that one. Not that I don't recommend the one that I'm talking about today, but the other one I did find it was more interesting because I guess the information was given to me in a different way. So it was interesting. So I continued to read it and to continue to use it. So I'll link that video also. Maybe that's something you for me, I was more in tune with that than I am with this one. Sorry. Sorry. Again, it felt a little 101-ish. Don't be mad if you enjoy this book. And even some 101 books, one like any subject, Magic 101, I can still sometimes find things, even if I did find things that I thought was interesting. But again, I don't see me coming back to this book very often to go back and reference it and things like that. There are other books I go back, I have them dog-eared, I highlight, I might write in them, have stickies in them because there's so many juicy details that I want to bring in my practice and I want to keep reflecting on and go back and so forth. But I don't think this is going to be one of them, and I'm sorry to say that because I was really hoping it would be. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Thanks for watching. Again, I'm Mika. Please like, subscribe, and share. And again, if you have already subscribed, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. And thanks again for watching. Bye bye.